Welcome back to your live continuing coverage of InfoComm 2015's Digital Signage Pavilion. On the Digital Signage stage, I'm Michael Artsis. This is BeTerrific. We're the official live coverage of the Digital Signage Pavilion. Thank you so much for joining us. You're the Terrifics. You make BeTerrific special. Join us in our Slack chat and have the conversation in real time with us and our other Terrifics. It is beterrific.com/Slack. Put in your name, your email, and we'll send you an invitation to join the Slack chat. All right, I've got Jeff Hastings here from BrightSign. Jeff, thanks so much for joining us. You guys have some really great products, but you got something really special right next to you. This is something new, and it's awesome. And we haven't talked a lot about 4K today, but 4K and digital signage is unbelievable and very needed.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Michael. Yeah, this is our new 4K media player. We introduced it last fall. It's really the first of its kind on the market. You know, we hear a lot about 4K displays out there, but you have to have something to drive the 4K displays. And we're really the first ones that come out with all the latest and greatest technology of 60 frames a second and 10-bit color. All those things is going to make your image and your videos just look spectacular on the screen. So yeah, it's our, in our normal kind of line of products, it's all solid state, no moving parts, and it's an appliance, so you don't have to worry about the blue screen of death or anything else.
It's pretty remarkable that you've got it so small, especially for 4K. I'm very impressed by that. We shoot a lot of video in 4K, and we talk about all the time the delivery. And we always say it'd be perfect for digital signage, and it would be perfect for trade shows and stuff, because I think it's a much better experience, and there is now a way to deliver it, where on television, how are you going to deliver it? How are you going to deliver it to your house? Cable companies are probably never going to go 4K.
Yeah, so that's one of the key things about this box that actually makes it actually work in today's world. So one of the pieces of technology we have in here is the ability to use a new compression format called HEVC, or High Efficiency Video Codec. It's otherwise known as H.265, and what it allows you to do is have the same file sizes that you had for 1080p, you can now have at 4K. Same quality. So this new compression technology allows you to have same bandwidth as you use for full HD, you can now have for 4K.
Ben Rathig in our Slack chat wants to know, can you up-res? So if you have some content that's going to that and it's 1080 or 720, is there a way to up-res it? And if not, can it play it at 1080?
So first thing it does, it basically plays it natively and then upscales it to whatever screen resolution you're connected to. So if you've got 720p content and you've got a 4K panel, it's delivering 4K, and it will actually, through the upsampler, it's got a really nice upscaler built into it to give you great display.
Which is really great, because you can then mix old content with new content. You don't have to say, oh, well, this evergreen content we spent so much money and time producing to get our message across is now garbage. And it has to be completely reproduced, when you literally would make the same thing again, maybe. So you now have an opportunity to say, okay, we can still use that and repurpose that content, and now mix in our new 4K content.
Exactly, and you can mix them together and use some motion graphics and things like that to give a great presentation, if you will, on the screen while you're mixing the different kinds of content.
Talk about some of the other products you guys have.
So basically we have a full line of media players. They start at $200, and this is the highest end ones at $850.
That's only $850?
This is the top end one. We actually make a one that doesn't have as many inputs and outputs on it that's only $600. So for $600, you can get a 4K, 60p, H.265 player. State-of-the-art technology.
That's remarkable. And so talk about, I see that you've got USB, you've got some monitor inputs and outputs, but you also, I imagine, have HDMI on the back?
Yeah, so we have HDMI. The unique thing about this box is it has HDMI in and out. So this is actually HDMI 2.0 in. So you could take in 4K content, squeeze it down into a window, and have other content being played around it, all in 4K. So you can have 4K output resolution with even 4K coming in. Also even protected content, so HDCP, which is the protection over HDMI, you can have protected content coming in and we'll re-encrypt it going back out while you're adding graphics and other things around that.
Unbelievable, and it's available now?
It's available now, it's shipping, we've been shipping in volume since October of last year.
Wow. And people just go to brightsign.com to find out?
BrightSign.biz is our...
BrightSign.biz. I remember this now, actually. It's
yeah.
BrightSign.biz.
Yep.
Very cool. BrightSign.biz. BrightSign.biz. How did you get involved? How did you get involved in the industry?
Well, originally BrightSign was part of Roku. I don't know if a lot of people have heard of Roku. It's a little streaming media player in the consumer market. And that's where the company actually came from. And the company grew up, Roku did, and it had a consumer business, which everyone still knows, and the commercial business. And we ended up splitting the company into two companies. So BrightSign became basically the commercial company of Roku. And we rebranded it. Yep.
We actually have a Roku channel, by the way, BeTerrific.
Absolutely.
And it's very exciting, and I didn't realize that was the story.
Yeah, that's just, we're basically from the same genesis. It was the same company, and we split into two different corporations back in 2009.
Very cool. And how did you get into the industry in general? Were you always into tech as a kid?
I've been in tech since I was a kid, and I moved out to Silicon Valley 30 years ago, and have been involved with all kinds of startups and technology in Silicon Valley for 30 years.
That must be exciting.
It's super fun. Silicon Valley is a great place to live.
It really is. I like Palo Alto a lot. I think it's a great neighborhood.
I live right next door to Palo Alto.
That's pretty awesome. You can't beat it. That Whole Foods there is pretty nice.
The Whole Foods is nice. We're right there by the Google land, the Google complex. It's all around there. It's fun.
It definitely is. Well, thank you so much for joining us and sharing the story of BrightSign a little bit, and also talking about these players. I think very much like the roots starting as Roku, you keep everything affordable. I mean, $850 for that box, it seems silly.
Well, that's our model. Our model is to do volume, is to bring down the price points of these players so that digital signage can be everywhere.
But I love that, because you have pain points in so many places. You've just taken away a major pain point, and you're democratizing it, and now we can get 4K everywhere.
Exactly.
I really like that.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it, the 4K TVs in the consumer market this year, probably 60–70% of the ones at Best Buy and everyone will be 4K. So we want the same thing to be happening on the commercial side.
I love it. Jeff Hastings, thank you so much for joining us. BrightSign.biz. BrightSign.biz. He's on the big couch. I'm at the big desk. This is your live continuing coverage of InfoComm 2015's Digital Signage Pavilion. We are the official live coverage of the pavilion on the digital signage stage on BeTerrific.com, Infocomp.org, and a whole lot of other places. We'll be back right after this. Don't go anywhere. You're the Terrifics, and you make this special. Without you, we'd be nowhere. So stay with us.